Hosting an online college fair is a great way to connect your students with a diverse group of colleges from all over the nation. What you see here is the main event page for your event. This is where all of your students will go to register. As the host, you can customize this page to fit your audience. It's a fast and easy setup, and then all you have to do is mark it to your students to RSVP for the event. We take care of getting colleges registered and liaising with them to get their booths set up for the event. So if I scroll down the page, I can see a list of colleges that are participating. As a student, I can come here, I can do my research and come prepared with questions during the live event. If I scroll down further, I can see more information about this event, and then a step-by-step how-to of how to participate and make the most out of my experience. So I'm going to go ahead and register as if I were a student. I'll enter my name, email, and password. And then I'll create an account and register. Once my account has been created, I'll then reach a registration form. This registration form is customizable by you as the host, so you can really customize this information and really gather the information that will help build your student's profile as they're chatting with representatives from each of the colleges during the live event. I can add a profile picture, and a resume or high school transcripts. I'll click continue and that'll save my information, and then I'm welcome to the event. So if I click next, I have the ability to test my sound. So this allows me to test that sound and make sure I can hear that. I'll hear that same sound when I'm connected in the event with a representative from one of the colleges I've chosen to get in line with. So you'll see how that works later on in the video, but just to let you know, that's the sound you'll hear when you're connected with someone in the event. If I click next, this one's super important. It does encourage me to get into multiple lines at once. As a student, this is super helpful. It allows me to really maximize my time in the event. I can get into line with multiple colleges at one time, and then as they become available to chat with me, I'll get connected. And it really also, another good thing here is that, there may be some big name colleges that I may wait in line for a long time at an in-person event. However, in an online event, I have the ability to wait in multiple lines for all of those big name colleges, as well as maybe some of those smaller colleges that will gain more visibility and may even be a better or just as good of a fit for me as some of those larger college names. So I'm going to click next. It tells me have a great event, and then I can enter my event. So once I've entered the event, I'm dropped straight into the lobby. Here I can see all of the colleges that are participating in the event. I can see featured schools. So if there are any sponsorships, schools that maybe pay a bit more to come in as a sponsored school, I can see those here. Schools by location, etc. And then I can see each of the schools over here. So on each of these colleges, college booths, I can see a few stats. So I can see the estimated wait time, and then I can see how many folks are currently in line. So how many other students are currently in line to chat with this college rep, and then how many reps from that college are then available to chat with me. So I'm going to go ahead and enter this booth. So I can see the reps here that I could get connected with. I can scroll down in the booth to see more information about this particular college and what they have to offer. There are other tabs that the college can add here. So for instance, they could have a home tab which talks about their degrees and programs offered. They could also have a tab that talks about student life. So maybe they have, fun videos or activities or clubs. They could have that on a tab. And then maybe on another tab, they have information about admissions directly, or financial aid, or next steps, things like that. So these boos really can be customized by the college to really give the student a sense for what that college is all about. So then once I'm interested in this college, I want to go ahead and get in line to chat with one of the representatives. I'll click Get in Line. And then I'll automatically be connected with this representative. And so over here on the right, I can see the information about the rep that I'm connected with, and then I can chat back and forth. So I can say, "Hi, Jennifer, it's great to meet you. I'd love to learn more about financial aid opportunities." So we can chat back and forth, have a conversation. All of the chats are timed so that it allows for traffic to keep flowing through the event. These chat times can be set for whatever you think is appropriate. We do kind of help guide you on best practices with, how long your event is, how many students are registered, how many colleges are registered, and suggest a chat time. But you can certainly set this for whatever you think makes sense for your event. So as our conversation can end in two ways. It can end by the time running out, or it can also end by me hitting Go to Next Chat. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Go to Next Chat. From here, I have the ability to rate my conversation with this college. Maybe I thought it was a great college, and I'm going to add a note. Great college, would like to learn more about their biology program. So then after the event, I can use this information that I input here. It's all saved for me in my history. So after the event, I can access my history to see, what colleges sparked my interest, which ones do I want to follow up with. And also, the college has this same capability on their side. So as I'm chatting with the college, they have that same view on me. So they can see a capture of what who they're chatting with as a student. And then after our chat, they're directed to this same page. So they can rate their conversation with that student. They can add a note about that student. And then the colleges do have a direct way to follow up with with the folks that they chatted with in the event. One thing that you could possibly consider is maybe, the colleges that sign on, their email address is populated in their profile information. So here, if I click Overview, they would have an email address as well, if you'd like your students to be able to contact the colleges directly. So there's a couple of ways we can set that up, but just to give you kind of an overview there. And if I hit transcript, this is really important. It outlines my entire chat transcript. So say that college does contact me. If I log back into the platform, I can see exactly what we talked about here. So if I want to jog my memory on what we talked about, I can always reference my history in the event. And I'll show you how to access that history in just a moment. So I'm going to go ahead and click Continue with Event. If I wanted to get back in line, I could do so by clicking this. I'm going to go ahead and click Continue with Event. If I wanted to explore other boos or get in line to get connected with other reps in those colleges, I could do that now. So then I referenced history. So if I go up here and click History, this will list all of my connections during the event. So if I click this, I can see what colleges that I was connected with. I can see my notes, my rating, and all that we talked about. And all I have to do to access this is log back into the event. And this is accessible for your students and your colleges we guarantee it for up to 6 months, but it's usually in there for much longer than that. So a couple of things surrounding the event that we also do. We want the host high school to really focus on driving candidates into this event, so your students into this event, and marketing the event out to your students. We provide you with materials and best practices, some ideas for marketing that you can use, and we're always here for questions as well. And then Career Council, they will be focusing on getting those colleges into the event. So they will focus on that and bringing those colleges in, so you don't have to worry about that. And then Brazen, once those colleges are signed on, we liaise with them directly to help them set up their booth and make sure they're all set with their login information and instructions for the event. So then a couple of other things that we do provide the colleges with a list of your students after the event if you are okay with that, if you would like them to have that, so that they can contact them for admissions purposes, and if they're interested in that candidate or student to come back to that, maybe follow on in another conversation or to attend that college. And then we also take care of sending out all reminder emails to both your students that are attending as well as the colleges.